that moment when a person knows what their passion is, discovers something that does the world for them. Some have since found this in small fun things that mean a lot to them. They say a lot about who a person is. We all know we have it deep down in all of us for something, somewhere. And how far can it go? There are those things, of course, that are obvious, and we'll all know when it is top of the game. But they'd get found in this position when they need to confirm it. They had to ask, you'd assume. So, when you're presented with a choice like this, or if it's just, do you want to see more of it? Some have been found feeling this strongly about their favourites. So, of course, they have wanted us all to see this. So this is what it comes to, when they know they want us all to know what it means to them. So then, what do you see? Voting polls like this have been found to hold a beacon for people to find parts of themselves, large ones, though not immediately obvious. The polls is a place to find them, that is. Some have felt others should know which one is better, or just want to emphasise how strongly they feel about their passion to them. Either way, it was where they would declare a stupid question. What are the different kinds of choices, though? People who are part of groups who meet up maybe to be in shows, a choir, anything. Amongst them are those who have often gone to the pub afterwards. And not everybody does go. And there'll be those among them who will have to make sure it's worth going, and therefore will have to check that at least somebody else is going. And so this would, of course, often lead them to ask those who are most likely to go. Check those who always do, those who show most keen. Thus, if you ask them, clearly it is, and as they may say, a stupid question. Sure, if it gets to a certain point, they should know, but at the same time, you do have to check. No good going if not enough people to make it, whether stupid or not, when somebody becomes aware it is. So those who feel it in themselves, when they do have to check, sure. And if it's the same question you ask, or keep being asked, when it is going to be this same answer. And then, those who have a new achievement, or want something, should we say, to tell people about, or their family. Then whoever these people live with, ask them, what did they say? What's the answer to that going to be? Well done, or some variation on that? What did you say? They'll keep being asked this. The answer will always be the same. What could easily be said? But no, this person doesn't say, this is a stupid question. Nothing has been said for this yet. But what could it push a person to say? Making up some sarcastic joke answer? Maybe they feel they should make one up, sure. But what can it push a person to? And so, when it comes to if you want to go to a show or not, of course, there you should know that the answer is that they definitely do want to go. Of course it's a stupid question. You'd get it in this case. You know, come on, it's like, yeah sure, of course they're gonna want to go. Though, it only started this way. There had been people who had often had fun with it. things like this. There has been a few. It's fun. As for bringing out the passion in people, it's fair to emphasise that when it does. Yeah, just having fun. But then, some people out there who certainly aren't going to see it that way. Sure, people have done this. It can seem harsh, and yet, of course people could take the odd one. Like, sure, that's just where they feel strongly. We get it. But still, it is only your opinion. Now, people notice this happening too much. Those asking, they could never have known who would prefer which choices. Stupid question, becoming too much emphasis on just an opinion. Too many starting to get given. How can those who offer fun polls and treats for things like theatre shows feel sure about offering it anymore? Too many people just retorting to them like they should know. Then one day, a lady asks her son, "What restaurant do you want to go to?" An offer for a nice restaurant? That comes into it now? Does he really respond with those same words here? He does. It had gone too far. What mood this kid might have been in. No one feels like they can offer these things anymore. Did people not realise this going too far? How can they ever feel like they can offer a basic treat ever again? Suddenly, telling somebody those questions are stupid, when it's just their opinions, they wouldn't have known the answer, seems a lot different, eh? Now how can it ever sound like it could be okay ever again now, or that it ever somehow was okay? Can you believe that it was okay somehow? Can you even imagine it being okay now? Even I can't believe I had to say to you that it was okay before, in some way. I'm sure you could never imagine how it ever was okay before now, right? How could it ever really have been that it somehow seemed fair enough before, huh? It just sounds completely wrong, eh, doesn't it? How could it ever have sounded right? But somehow it was. And how can you see how it could be now? And now it comes to this. No more offers of which pathway anybody wants to take anymore. With fear it is going to lead the same way. Like they should know. No more polls. No more offers to go to the theatre. No more treats of any kind. Perhaps it was only a matter of time. After all, people have often failed to keep filters in. Like, say, if somebody got a girlfriend, and somebody just had to voice something. Whatever they may have to say to get out their feelings, to help with whatever they feel they are missing. So perhaps it shouldn't surprise people that now it has come to this. That of course, the strong feelings of what people think things should be would then one day carry over. Become a lot more common. So this is it. No more performers on stage. No one going to restaurants anymore. Not even any more groupings at pubs. Life now seems a bit dull and empty, without offers of all these things which have been people's passions. People start to get desperate to have these things back again, trying to recall how they came about offered those old choices. And so, that's it. But they didn't mean it this way. What to do about it now that they see, when all they wanted was for people to see where they felt so strongly. But how could they see how else they were supposed to do it? And what now they see it might have come across harshly. So, what's obvious to them the opposite for somebody else? So harsh and wrong. Yet they would also be aware it must have been okay and understandable some way before, though now they can't imagine what that could have been. But people had to see what they meant, if they were going to ever get it back. If there are things people seem to have to say to address their disbelief, that they feel is not right, they may not think about how it might seem wrong to others, but now it will surely make sense. So sure, they know they didn't mean it this way, so surely others could understand that, right? Could it be that simple? No, they won't be convinced. They themselves couldn't even recall how stupid question was even okay before. And yeah, even though they knew that it once was somehow, just couldn't feel right anymore. But they abused it. Can they show passion without abusing it? To a person in charge of a poll, they go to plead. From this, they see. They have to ask. Sometimes. Sometimes? Now they realize it. This certainly made a difference. Having to. Found from asking. And that it couldn't be fair to say stupid question. They want their passions back. But their lack of filter caused by the level of their passion caused their disappearance. How to make others see it right, what they meant. It's okay. Now that they have realised all this, they know what to do. They can get a second chance. You sometimes have to ask to check, and we can all be guilty of this, or tempted to from either side, even if it's the same question. And what else would they say? So offers are back. Now they'll realise the difference. Like when somebody has to ask to check. I know, anybody would be able to recall when there are those differences like that. So everybody, careful with their second chance now, of course. They realised that within there were other differences in cases like that there are times when you should know. Other times which are different. Things that I know would come to make sense to people now. And though, with those ones of course, you would still have to check. Like a yes or no, or wanting to see a theatre show. But of course, would anybody ever dare again? After this? Oh, they can see the point where it went too far. Even if it still feels hard to believe. They noticed it. All they needed was to be aware. And it could still be found. Even then. Even with that.